morning. I am driving to work and it's raining, so you will hear the windshield wipers. But I don't intend for this to be a very long video, so we should be good. So I just, with the full moon revealing things last weekend, I've had a delayed reaction or delayed revelation, delayed awareness. I guess that's more it. I hate the way the seatbelt fits me. I hate it. So I'm always tugging at it and moving it out of my way. It bugs me. So just realizing that, I knew immediately even though there were three different things that the full moon brought up on Saturday. And I started thinking about them. I got really irritated and angry. And then, I prayed. I was like, hey, show me how to let go and release this stuff. I don't know. Because it's not always going to be the same way. There are many ways to heal yourself. There are many ways to let go and release things. Some people, it's always water maybe, or I've done it many different ways, like partly journaling and then doing other things. What I always do, always, is ask for help, and then I just listen to my intuition and trust whatever comes to me. Whatever comes to me is for me. That's the plan. And every time, it always works. It always works. So that would be my suggestion to anyone. But it just kind of cracks me up because I'm like, freaking codependency, man. Because I think it's part of old codependent thinking, because for me, my entire life, I was always like, I'll deal with that later. I had to stuff my emotions. I was taught to stuff my emotions by people who stuff their emotions. It was always, don't inconvenience others with your whatever, your anger, I don't know. And maybe not so, it was partly that, but you can only give to other people what you have. And if you are not dealing with your shit and you're not healing your life, you're going to pass on your bad habits to other people. That's the thing you're going to support and encourage in other people. Whether they're your kids or just your friends and family, And it's not good. It's not healthy to do that. So anyway, I just, I'm kind of like cracking up at myself because I was just like, damn it, Mars, you did it again. You've been carrying that. Now there's a couple things I've been carrying around for years. And it's not like the full moon hasn't brought it up or the spirit hasn't brought it up to me, because it's been brought up many times. And it's almost like I deal with it as if I'm looking at a photo album. I'm like, yep, and that pissed me off, and that pissed me off, and I swear I'd like to say da 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 and ba 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 and you and whatever. And then I always wrap it up with, well, that ain't gonna do any good. And then I stuff it away again. Like what? And it's an old habit of being uncomfortable with my anger. But it cracks me up because I'm like, hello, you know how to deal with this stuff now. What are you doing stuffing it away? Like, what are you doing? Quit it. So anyway, I guess, yeah, first of all, I'm sharing this because it's my journal. And that's what I'm thinking about this morning. I'm just cracking up at myself because I'm like, you're such a goober sometimes, you know. You do the same old shit and you're not even aware. But I was aware because it kept coming up. And I was like, and in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, oh, I got to deal with this. I got to deal with this. And then I thought, I don't want to deal with it right now. I don't have time for this. Because it makes me really angry. Like, I just want to punch somebody in their teeth. If I was going to punch somebody in the teeth, though, I would put on a welding glove first to protect my hand. I just want to say. Not that I'm going around punching anybody, because I don't. I used to punch people. I didn't get in fights. I just, mostly when I said that, I thought about my little brother, who grew to be bigger than me. And, yeah, that's a whole different thing. This is so silly, but when I was a kid, I was always taller than him, bigger than him. And in my head, I thought, I'm always going to be bigger than you. I'm older than you. I'm always going to have the upper hand. Oh my God. And then he started playing football and I was leaning my shoulder against the bathroom wall one time, nagging him to leave so I could get ready for work. He came over, just put his hand on my head and bounced my head off the wall. And it really hurt. And I was like, and that was the moment when it clicked. He's bigger and tougher than, stronger than you are. You better be chilling, okay? So, yeah, sometimes I'm a slow learner, okay? It's just true. I don't piece things, like I'll have all the puzzle pieces, but I'm like, yeah, I'll put it together later. And then later comes and I get a sore head, I'm like, oh, that's nice. So anyway, just old habits die hard. And if you have any codependency issues at all, it's probably because you grew up that way. And let me tell you, they don't go away because you read a book or because you did some work on yourself. Yeah, I've done some healing work. People approach healing and they think, check, I healed that problem, or I healed that part of my life. Well, let me tell you something, it don't work that way. And we live on this, for as long as you live on this planet, you're going to be needing to heal yourself. You're going to have shit you're going to have to deal with. And that's what, this stuff that I've been carrying around for 3 years now, I'm like, oh my God, it's embarrassing. But I'm like, well, it's the truth, and I am definitely somebody who wants to keep it real. Then there doesn't need to be any shame in my game. I'm human. So of course stuff's gonna happen. But also, ain't nobody gonna fix it but me. So, and so I do feel kind of like, damn, dude, you've been carrying some of this stuff for 3 years. So anyway, I made the video about, hey, on Sunday, the answer came to me about how to let go and release the stuff, and I'm going to take a bath, and I'm going to let go and release it, blah, blah, blah. Well, it's just kind of been on my mind, like, now I did feel better after I did that cleansing and releasing bath. I did. But what I know about healing is you heal whatever has come to the surface now, and maybe sometime in the future, 3 months from now, the spirit, the full moon, whatever it is. Because look, we live in a magical universe. Somebody's always trying to reach you, encourage you, point you, go that way, go that way. Don't take that, don't open that door, not that one, it's not for you. There's always, and whatever you believe, whether you think it's God, angels, your ancestors, your spirit animal, whatever. The point is, these things are at work in your life, in my life, in our lives. So anyway, I don't need to be afraid, like, oh my gosh, did I deal with everything I was supposed to deal with? I'm not getting graded on this stuff, you know? I just felt, I know that God, source energy, the universe, the full moon, the universe is trying to tell me, look, you need to lighten your load, friend. You know, because life is full of challenges. And it's, I know from traveling experience, it's best to travel light. You're just going to make your life so much easier if you travel light. Oh my God. I went from being young and dumb and dragging around 2 large suitcases plus a carry-on because I had to have all my stuff because I was young and dumb, to finally being like, you know what, how much can I fit in a backpack? Like a regular backpack, you know? How much can I stuff in there? Buddy, I figured out how much I could stuff in there, and I was so happy I did. That just meant all I had to do was have one carry-on. Man, made my life so much easier. So, and my it made my traveling so much more enjoyable, you know? I could enjoy the ride instead of being like, ooh, I gotta hang on to all my shit. I gotta worry about where it's at, and, you know, and then you get tired, and you're like, oh, man, I don't want to drag all this stuff around, but you're stuck with it. You know, if you brought it with you, now you're stuck with it. So anyway, sorry about my wipers. I know they're annoying. But that's pretty much it. I just wanted to journal about how I realize how silly I am for carrying some of this stuff around for the last 3 years. Being angry about stuff I have no control over. And yeah. And I wish I would have sorted it out sooner. Because it might have, like, one thing, to sort out one thing in the process that I'm thinking of, it's a tried and true process. If I had taken the time to do that, it might have taken me a half hour to an hour tops. Half hour to an hour out of my entire friggin' life, you know? Then I could travel light. Then I could get on with things. I don't have to, it's not simmering in the back of my mind, annoying me. Secretly annoying me. Although not very secret, because I know it's there. Anyway, yeah, that's the stuff. I think I'm gonna have, no, I don't have to, but I think I want to create an affirmation about, what do I want to say? I want to deal with stuff when it comes up. I don't want to save it. I don't want to move it to the back burner and have it simmer in there forever and ever. You know? Then it gets gross. Just gets gross. So, I don't know. What is my affirmation? I'm going to have to think about that. I know how to handle my anger. I know that it's come to show me that something's not right. Maybe it's showing me that I'm really hurt. Because I'll tell you what, for me, anger is my automatic self-defense. When I get really hurt, I don't want anybody to see me cry, number one. I'm always like, yeah, well, I'm going to tuck that under my wing and I'm going to cry later. But what often happens is, by the time later comes around, I'm pissed. I'm good and pissed. And so I kind of sidestep the crying. So that's the thing I was thinking about too. I'm like, I don't want to sidestep anything. See, I want to love myself fiercely. This is my primary objective. To love myself fiercely. Love myself fiercely, which includes taking good care of my physical body, my mental health, my spiritual self, paying attention to my emotions. And I'm like, well, damn, dude, I have not been doing a good job of that. Because when it comes to emotions I don't want to feel, like sadness and grief and anger, it's all just knotted up in a ball, man, that stuff hurts. It hurts to grieve. But what I know, this is the thing I want to remember. This is why I want to make an affirmation, because I want to remind myself, hello, you know that the sooner you grieve, the sooner those emotions, those painful feelings are going to walk away. They're going to be like, okay, you hurt us, you're dealing with things now. Okay, cool, we're done. Our mission has been accomplished. So, yeah, I got to think about that affirmation. I want to remind myself that I know what to do. I want to remind myself that the quickest and easiest way through something is to go through it. Don't be trying to dodge it. Don't save it for later, because it's not good. It's not good. So, yeah, I don't know. My brain isn't coming up with the ideas at the moment, but I will be thinking about that today. An affirmation to encourage myself to deal with my feelings when they happen. When something happens and I am grieved, I want to let myself grieve. Now, here's the thing. In November, some stuff happened and it brought up a lot of grief, and I let myself grieve. I remember just sitting and crying and saying, I can't fix this. I can't fix it. And here I am. Totally sucks. This is really painful and I cannot fix it. And I am not going to burden myself with even the idea of what could I do to fix this. No. I'm just going to let it go, because I know I can't do it. It isn't my job to fix other people's stuff. They got their journey. They got to figure it out. I don't care if it's my son, my daughter, my grandkids, my parents, my best friend. We all have our own wild and precious life. It is our privilege and our honor to figure it out. We live it our way. It's between us and our Maker, or whatever you believe in. And yeah, because it's your one wild and precious gift. So it's disrespectful. People think, well, I'm trying to help. No, you're acting like they can't ever figure it out, so you got to be the savior. No. That's disrespectful of their one wild and precious gift. It was given to them, and it's their privilege and their honor to figure it out between them and source energy or the universe, whatevs. Anyway, those are my thoughts on those things. I said I didn't want this to be a long thing and I didn't think it would be, because I'm just, mainly I was just kind of laughing at myself, because I'm like, look, in November, some stuff happened and I let myself grieve. So I'm like, yay, I did really good with that. But then like a month later, the moon is like, Mars, you did do really good with that. Yes, high fives, okay? But also, what about this stuff you left sitting? It's starting to stink, babe. You got to deal with it. So yeah. It's weird how we do that, how we deal with some things, not with other things. And so I think maybe I'm going to have to journal about that too. Like, why did you hang on to that? Did you think is there some part of my mind that was like, well, they need to be punished and I'm not letting them off the hook? Honey, you're the only one thinking about it. You're the only one in your brain, in your body. You are the only one being punished for the things you're hurt and grieved and pissed about. You're the only one. So, fucking let it go. Not because it's okay what they did. No. But because you already suffered, right? You already paid the price. Don't keep paying it. That's crazy. That's crazy stuff. You don't have, we all have energy. We all have so much energy for every day, but the older I get, I'm like, I do not want to waste any of my energy. I'm very, very thoughtful about how I spend my energy or invest it. So yeah, I don't want to be doing that. So anyway, enough of that, and back to your regularly scheduled program or whatever. I don't know. Okay, bye.